Good morning and welcome to a new episode of At Your Service. I'm Karen Graves and I'm here with Service Director Chris Moore.
That's me.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
So, it's turkey time.
It is.
I love turkey time. I love Thanksgiving. It's one of my favorite holidays. And I don't know about you, but I think the best turkey ever is a deep fried one.
I'm a big fan of that. I will be deep frying too tomorrow.
They are so fortunate.
I was thinking this morning about Thanksgiving, and it's almost a decision-free holiday.
Yes.
You know what you're going to cook. I mean, most of the dishes are predetermined. You don't have to buy a gift for anyone. It's like
And it's fun. It's
Yeah.
laid back fun. Trinity is here with us, although you can't see her on the camera. We all love Trinity, but Trinity and I were just talking about that. It is our favorite holiday. It's so easy, it's laid back. And I mean, you've got Black Friday the next day, but I hear that you call Thursday what?
Well, there's argument in the industry. Some people like to call Thursday Brown Thursday.
Okay.
I actually don't like to steal Thanksgiving's thunder.
All
And
right.
I like to do Brown Friday.
Brown Friday.
Yeah. But I actually read an article before we came in here. It's really, it's a whole week of brownness, if you will.
The gravy, and then maybe some of these other things we're going to talk about.
Absolutely.
So, well, let's dive into it.
Okay.
So, Thanksgiving, great, but it's also a time where you have to kind of think about your pipes a little bit. Something that maybe you don't think about, but you should think about.
You do.
And we're here to talk about that this morning. So, let's get into kitchen preparedness.
Okay.
That's where I think a majority of clogs can tend to happen, and that's just through food preparation. So, why do we see more backups at Thanksgiving?
Well, there are multiple reasons. There's just the sheer quantity of what people are cooking. If you have a bad habit of putting bad things down the drain, which we'll talk about some of those bad things, you're going to put more bad things down the drain on Thanksgiving. There's a multiplier effect. And then, I don't know how it is in your household, but in most, there are more fats, oils, and greases, gravy items used around Thanksgiving than other days. Because if I ate like
so bad for drains.
if I ate like Thanksgiving every day, I don't know if I could make it in this room to do this segment.
So why is putting fats, oils, and greases bad? Like, what if you just run hot water or you throw some soap down there?
There's people that dream that works, and I'm not going to head down the path of chemistry and thermodynamics and all those other things. Just take my word for it that those things, they all bind together. I learned this years ago. I remember opening a manhole down on South Limestone, and I thought, why is there a newspaper? Why are there newspapers in the sewer? There weren't newspapers. There were big logs of grease. They look like a newspaper on your front porch. Wow. These big logs of grease floating along. And then those big logs of grease continue to collect more grease. They collect toilet paper. And we don't have mini sewers big enough. You'll see, if you want to see some really gross stuff, you can Google the term fatberg. Fatberg, like an iceberg, but with fat, and see what they can do to a sewer. It's pretty nasty stuff. But we don't even want any little mini fatbergs in our pipes.
So what other things besides just grease? Because that is a big one. You're kind of doing your food prep and just even rinsing things off. That can be greasy, the pans and what. But what other, like, I know that a lot of us use our garbage disposals. So are there certain types of foods that we should be aware of, or is it just quantity? A little bit of both.
So to me, I have a garbage disposal. I'm sure my dad will watch this, and he has been on me for all of my adult life to remove it. I try to use it in case of emergency. Oh, wow, someone screwed up. Somebody put something down there that shouldn't have been. I hope to chop it up and make it go away. But really, to the extent you want soap and water to go down that kitchen sink. If you can keep it soap and water, your pipes will be much happier with you.
It's a lot to think about, but there's something else we need to think about too. It's not just the kitchen where we can get the backups.
It's not.
Bathroom.
Yes.
So why all of a sudden is the bathroom an issue during the holidays?
Well, the primary reason I think about, over the years, we've held Thanksgiving at different relatives' houses. That may be an aunt or a grandma or someone that they live alone, and there might be obstructions in their pipes, but no one ever notices because they use very little water.
Sure.
And when they use water over time, it makes it through and life is good. Well, then a dozen or more people descend upon their house, and there are extra showers, there are extra trips to the bathroom, there are
Ah,
people putting bad stuff down the sink, and all of a sudden, that little obstruction that let the water go through is now collecting all the bad stuff and backing all the water up,
yes.
and you've got a mess on your hands. A mess somewhere. You hope it's not on your hands.
Speaking of, you just said something that's very key. Putting things that you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Flushable wipes.
They're
flushable,
horrible.
Chris. They're
They're
flushable.
horrible. You know, it's funny. I wish I would have brought him. I have an R2D2, a little R2D2,
Yes.
and I tell people it's a flushable R2D2. You know why it's flushable? It'll fit down the drain.
Ah.
So really, if it fits down the drain, you can market it as flushable. Now, what happens after that's a whole different story. The wet wipes, don't use them. If you are someone who keeps them in your house and uses them responsibly and puts them in a trash can, when you have a bunch of guests over, hide them. Because if they're
Okay.
sitting on the back of your toilet, they're an invitation for disaster.
So that is the biggest marketing fallacy that we know of,
Yes.
at least for the show, is flushable wipes are truly not flushable.
Well,
We
they,
should
you,
stay,
you,
well,
you can
they
flush
are
them.
truly not.
Yeah.
You shouldn't maybe flush them if you want to have
Yeah.
pipes that don't overflow.
Yeah.
So, what other reminders should people be aware of? So, you've got increased guests, just got to kind of make sure that we're not flushing things down the toilets that we shouldn't, being aware of maybe just using a lot of things that you can't flush, like a lot of toilet paper.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm guilty of that. I'm an overuser. I probably, I'm like the Charmin bears. I just, I hate pulling it off the roll. What other things do we need to talk about? I mean, it's a very simple message, but it's a very impactful one. Everybody wants to have a nice holiday,
Mhm.
and to get through that, we want to make sure we don't have any clogs. But what if somebody does end up having one? What should they do?
If they do have a clog, so if you are someone who pays a sewer bill to the city of Springfield, you should call us first.
Okay.
Make sure our line is not the problem. In many cases, folks have a backup and they will call a plumber. They will call a plumber that's charging after hours holidays time, and they come out and say, oh, your pipes are okay. There's a backup out in the street. Call us. We have an emergency number. It should be on your screen, 937-324-7663. If you're driving down the road listening, that is our emergency number. It's 24/7. Someone will answer it, and we will send somebody out to check our line in the street to make sure the problem isn't there. Once you know the problem, there is not a problem in the street, then you can start working with a plumber or drain cleaner to try to work out your problems. But please call us first.
So we hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Just keep in mind, just watch those fats and greases and other things going down that kitchen sink, and watch things going down that bathroom toilet as
Mhm.
well. But if you do have an emergency or a backup, please do call that emergency number first, as Chris said, 937-324-7633. And I am so jealous that your family gets to enjoy 2 deep fried turkeys.
Mhm. Well, they're little.
I mean, that's
if
great,
you're gonna fry
though.
one, you got to fry little.
I
ones,
mean,
so
you got that grease hot, you got to go all in.
Mhm,
Maybe deep
absolutely.
fry some other stuff too.
Last year I did deep fried deviled eggs with bacon on them. That was neat, and I want to dig that recipe back out. That was an
The
interesting one.
more family, this is where the meal is happening. So I got nothing else. Hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
You too, and everybody out there have a great Thanksgiving.
Take care. We'll see you soon. Bye.